I gotta add another spot because I gotta find the song.
Here's a little cheat sheet if you want.
I'm cheap.
I just looked at where we're talking about. Then we just switch things around for the.
Mark found me a couple of these.
Ooh.
And you know, it's Mr. Dollar Store.
Found the dollar store.
The one that you have? You still have the one I gave you last week?
Yeah, I still have the one still connected up in
And you
there.
can have it because it costs $4. So we take it off for you.
Ask Mark if he'll come or text him. So just give us a 5-minute call.
All right, 10 seconds. Yeah. And we'll plug it in here. This will be the bad boy.
And you just need a phone to plug it in?
Just need a phone.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
So they got to call the number on our phone.
Yeah, call the number on your phone and we'll connect it. All right, you ready, George, to open up?
Sure.
Or you want me to open up?
You can open up.
Oh, okay, I'll
You
open
got
up.
such a sporty voice. You're going to be
Man.
part of the Chips and Salsa sports segment.
All right, well, stand by. All right, welcome to Chips and Salsa Sports on Vibe 95, Central City Radio Station. I am Mr. Jules, and in the building, we have the lovely Alice Latta.
Thank you so much.
I faked you out. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the lovely George. Well, come on.
We got the lovely shirt on. Now, is that a Hawaiian shirt? Is that a
Sort of, kind of, yeah, Hawaiian.
little pineapple flavor?
I was in the mood, the pineapple mood,
Yeah.
sporty mood. The weather we're having is beautiful. It's
Don't
beautiful.
you like the scarf? It's actually the scarf.
I know he's coordinated with the scarf and
Yeah,
everything.
it was hanging in the coat rack, and I thought, well, I think I'll put a scarf. If everybody can see it. Are we on YouTube?
For the winter
Okay,
effect.
YouTube people, you can see the scarf, nice scarf. I only wear it when it's kind of cold, and it's cold today.
It's cold today.
It's a nice weather today. We're having a nice 70s, lower 70s, and it's nice out here in Phoenix.
I don't even know if
with that
it
weather.
got 70 today. Barely. It was. This is our
It was
winter.
cool. It was cool today all
I
day.
love it. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
It's 54
You know
right now.
what it is. A lot of people stay home when it's cool, or they'll go out shopping. They get more active, or you stay home and you're active. So it's like it's good. It's good all around. Yeah, this is a sports show, and we're gonna talk a little sports here. Did you hear about the high school championships yesterday with Desert Ridge and Centennial? Centennial won 28 to 6.
So Centennial is the was it 5A or how's that work?
I don't know if they're a 5A or 1A.
Okay, so
Division
I'm the Domo
one.
girl. What is this, football?
It was Division
Football.
1 semifinals. Well, actually, it was a championship.
That was a championship.
Yeah,
Is this for state?
yeah, for state. Centennial. Centennial's pretty good. They always go to the championships for some reason.
So that's
Desert
a big
Ridge.
deal because that's all the whole state of Arizona. Unlike my New Mexico that doesn't have that many high schools, Arizona has a lot of high schools.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was fortunate enough last year to do security over there. I was going to do it this year, but I had a radio station to do on Friday. So I canceled
The
that.
whole station?
I know.
Radios? This
But
guy.
last year I was there, and I was it was a championship game, and I was working the aisles, and it was not working the aisles. You go down the aisles, just make sure everybody stays in their seat, they don't get riled up or stuff, and you're just looking for, if you see something, say something, and these guys play like professional football players, like college football players. They're about the size of college football players, some of them. And they're really serious. The high schools are serious. Their fan base comes out, and I could imagine Centennial and Desert Ridge, they had their fan base, and Centennial has a great fan base anyway, because they always go to the championship. They have like a number one team every year. Not that they always win the championship every year, but they have a number one team, and their fan base, all the parents and the booster clubs, they're all there, and they're just, I mean, they got it down to a science.
Yeah, a lot of these high schools, they're very big. Hamilton,
Hamilton
Desert
was last
Vista,
year.
that was last year.
Yeah, Hamilton and Centennial.
A lot of pro players. Number one, Division One prospects come out of these high schools a lot, and a lot of them go pro. Terrell Suggs from the Baltimore Ravens is top of mind. He went to Hamilton. I'm trying to think of somebody else we know that's kind of a big name NFL player.
And you see these players, and the ones that are seasoned players, they play like college football players, and they know what's at stake. They're in their senior year, so they're going to college, and they're applying for the football teams at the colleges. And
Now, Alice, how big is football in New Mexico? Because I know in my home state it's big, but on the high school level, it doesn't seem like my home state. I'm from Iowa, so it doesn't seem like we're churning out major prospects.
That's a good question, and my town of Las Cruces, when I was there, we only had 2 high schools, and they were major rivals, and they continue to be major rivals. Maple High School and Las Cruces High. I went to Las Cruces High. Now there are 4 of them. But I know they're very well attended, and when my nephews were playing, they played football. I think they were state champions. And I wish I could remember Brad Beasley, if you're out there calling. You said somebody could call in. What number can you call in if they wanted to?
your number.
Right? So they call my number?
Yeah.
Unless it's a Google number.
Number out to
The world will know your number.
Know my whole number.
Or I
I can do that. Okay. Well, he's got my cell number. Hey,
Well,
Brad.
why don't we get a Google number, and then we'll do that. So maybe we won't.
Okay.
I just wanted to test it today. This one.
All right. We might do some.
We can test it with calling out instead of.
Oh yeah, maybe could you call him?
I guess I could call him. Maybe.
Yeah.
But you know what? He would be interested to talk to because he actually will call the games. And he does a little radio show. He's got a
Dial
radio
him up.
show.
Okay, well we can
We're doing
we'll
the
get him
first
after the first break.
Yeah,
After the break,
I'll
we'll
call during the break.
during the break.
But
Yeah.
talk about parents, very supportive and a lot of fun and a whole family thing. Maybe because it's not a big giant city. So I'm very pleased and surprised that that's here in the Phoenix area.
Yeah, they have the championship at the University of Phoenix now almost every year. I was there 2 years ago, but that time I was downstairs in the service area where you watch the team locker rooms. And nobody, once the teams go out, nobody enters there. So I was doing security down there, and I was fortunate enough to see the players as they came out, and you could see. I think it was Hamilton. Hamilton's players were like. They looked like they wanted to win, and they won.
Yeah.
And the other team, I can't remember who it was, but they came out and they didn't have it. You could kind of see it in their face. They wanted to win, but they didn't have that oomph that Hamilton had. It's the way they come out.
Ganas.
The way they come out with a passion, like. And when they come back in for the halftime, they'll just the same thing, and the coaches and you just got a feeling that team's gonna win, and they won. Hamilton just it's fun watching that, because normally you watch it from the stand, so you don't see that little interaction.
Does the Puerto Rico? Do you guys use the word ganas?
Ganas, yes.
Ganas.
Si tienen ganas, tienen ganas para ganar.
Motivation and enthusiasm. Yes.
So say ganas de ganar.
Yes, to ganar.
Reason to win.
Ganas.
Like a winning attitude.
Yeah. Ganas de ganar.
You can learn more Spanish.
We're gonna teach you Spanish, Julia.
Yes, yeah, I'm learning.
Si se puede.
Si se puede.
Everybody knows that one.
I know that one does make me feel good.
Okay, we have a game with I guess the Lakers are playing. What is it? The Warriors. The Warriors are 16-0. I think. It looks like it. 16.
So now we're talking basketball.
Now we're talking basketball. We move all around here.
Keeping focus.
I thought, okay, we go basketball. I was getting ready to touch upon some college football.
Okay, let's do college football and then we'll go to basketball.
Yeah, we do basketball at the other side of the break. We're going to go break in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
College football, only because my Hawkeyes are in that top 4. Yeah, man.
I heard Hawkeyes have a good chance.
Well, they're undefeated. This is their first undefeated season in forever, their whole history. And they beat Nebraska yesterday. So They have the Big Ten championship. I believe will be against the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah.
For the Big Ten championship. Now, if they win, they play their way into the Final Four of the college football playoffs. So hopefully they'll pull that off and not be on the outside looking in. But
you said they're undefeated?
the undefeated Iowa Hawkeyes.
Iowa.
Yes, sir.
So when they play the Fiesta Bowl out here, it's the two best teams that come out?
It won't be the Fiesta Bowl, I don't think, or is it? I think the champion. I think they're going to have the Fiesta Bowl is going to be one of the playoff games, and then the championship game will be out here. So they'll have the Fiesta Bowl and the championship game. I believe that's how it's going to work out.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
see both of them.
Yeah, that'd be great. And then Clemson, they won today. They beat South Carolina. Alabama beat Auburn, so they're secured in. And then Oklahoma plays tonight. And so, thank you, sir. Oklahoma plays tonight. They're playing Oklahoma State, so kind of hoping Oklahoma State wins. That way, it helps secure the Hawkeyes' positioning. I'm hoping.
You have a good chance, I think.
I think so.
How long have you been following the team?
Hawkeyes since I was a boy.
Since you were a boy.
Yeah, I remember back in the 80s.
You go way back.
Way back, yeah. So
Because you're so old.
I'm 24.
80s just seems like it was yesterday to me.
Doesn't ASU have a game against U of A?
Is that didn't they play that game already?
Yesterday, I think.
Was it yesterday?
I don't know how they did.
Yeah, I'm just hearing from my nephew. I think he'd call in.
Oh, good.
Okay, let's go ahead and we'll go to break here. Let's go ahead and
And we'll come in with a caller.
so we're gonna go to break. You know, can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll make sure y'all can hear that. I know the audience can hear that. We'll be back with more Chips and Salsa, the sports edition, coming up on Vibe 95, a Central City radio station. We'll be right back.
So when he calls here, how do we hook this up?
Just plug that right in, and I'll crank this all the way up so we can hear him. As a matter of fact, I'll just hand this to you now, and then just whenever he gets on, whenever you can talk to him. But then once we're ready to go on with him, just go ahead and plug him in.
Here he is.
It's gonna be fun.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, Alex, how are you?
I'm good, Neil. How you doing?
Doing okay.
All right, what we're gonna do. We're on break right now, and I'm gonna plug you in. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, sorry, and thank you for allowing us to use you as a guinea pig.
Tell them to go to
No problem.
Sonia Salsa S, and he can watch us while he's talking.
Oh, if you want to go to YouTube and put Sonia, Sonia, then Salsa, then S, you could actually see us talking if you want to do that. And we're just,
Thanks for going to YouTube.
yeah, we're doing YouTube. And what we're doing, we're just talking. We do a little sports show, and Julian was asking me about Las Cruces and New Mexico football. And I said, well, it's pretty big there. And I said, actually, my nephew does this. He calls the games. So we thought it'd be fun to talk to him.
What do I type into YouTube again, Matthew?
It's put in Sonia, Sonia, then Salsa, and then the letter S.
And the chips and salsa.
Salsa S live stream.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he can talk about other football teams too.
Yeah, I know he follows, Brad follows football big time, so you guys can have the sports show. I'm the demo girl, I'll be the fourth wheel.
You're the good question asker.
I'm the question asker. So you're going to be talking to me.
September 15th.
All right, 1 minute.
Okay, you've got 1 minute. You're going to be talking to Julian, George, and myself.
You'll bring it in, George.
And we'll just have you on for a few minutes.
Or longer.
I guess you played U of A last week.
I'm going to plug him in now.
We'll probably have
Is yours
8 minutes in this segment,
Okay.
maybe 7, 8.
Yeah, I told him to
Yeah, it'd
tune
be
in
fun.
and tell him how it sounds.
Okay, Brad, I'm going to plug you in. We're going to give it a shot here. How much time?
Yeah, go. 30 seconds.
Got about 30 seconds.
And he'll be able to still hear you.
Okay.
He's still on speaker. Do I need this?
Yeah, if you take him off speaker, I think that'll dilute. I thing. So
I have a mute on,
okay.
Should I just keep the mute on?
No, you can keep.
No way you can keep listening.
Yeah, you still gotta be able to hear you.
So I can talk to him through the microphone?
I don't know if he'll be able to hear you. Oh, my bad.
It's not on mute.
All right, ready, George?
Yep.
All right.
Welcome back to the Chips and Salsa sports segment. And on the phone, we Alice, you have your
Yeah, we have a special guest calling all the way from Las Cruces, New Mexico. My nephew, Brad Beasley. And we're giving this a shot, so a listening audience, if it doesn't work, please forgive us. And Brad, thank you for your patience. But we have Brad Beasley on the line. Can you talk? Can you hear us, Brad? Okay. I can hear you. Can you guys hear something on your headphones? Is it not working?
Something's
Okay, I'm
interfering.
gonna try something here. I'm gonna try this. Okay, Brad, I'm gonna ask him to speak to me.
Plus this. I know this wasn't happening. the
Yeah,
other
you
day.
know what? It was a good try, and we'll have him on another time when we get this. We really appreciate you trying, though, Brad. And just to let y'all know out there, Brad is actually Brad has a financial podcast too. So at some point we can have him on one of our shows, and he can talk about finance as well. He's a CPA out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, and partner in Bradley. Bradley, Beasley Mitchell and Company. See, I'm trained to your firm, Brad. Beasley Mitchell and Company. So let's try one more time. Okay, Julian's plugging in one more thing. No, we really wanted to try. Okay. Hey, thanks, Brad. You have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, now? Oh, you know what? Are you still on there?
Yes.
Are you still on there? Okay, you know what? What about this? Does this sound too good?
No, you can hear him.
Okay, I've got you on speakerphone. Let's see how good my Samsung Galaxy Note 5 is. Great.
Okay.
Cool. We're just talking about, Julian was asking how the high school teams are there in New Mexico. They're pretty active. People follow high school football there, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. We have a huge following here in the state of New Mexico. There's really two really main hubs of football going on right now in the state of New Mexico. We have on the far east side of the state is Arcadia, New Mexico, which is a oil town, and they've been one of the top dogs in all of high school for the last 50 years in the state of New Mexico. So much so that on the Friday nights, even when it's not football season, and even when the team's not in town, they turn on the football stadium lights because everybody needs to be reminded about Friday Night Lights and how important it is there in the city of Artesia.
Yeah.
And they actually have a they call it the Bulldog Club that you pay a few $1,000s a year to be a member of, and that gives you access to the underground parking garage below the stadium so that you don't have to be cold there in
Wait.
Artesia to watch a game.
You're kidding me. That's high school they do that. That's a lot of money, Brad.
It is, and then here in Las Cruces is a situation where we have about a 15,000 seat stadium that on most Friday nights will have between 8,000 and 9,000 people at a game, depending on who's playing on Friday nights. And a Las Cruces team has been in the state championships in the state of New Mexico for I believe it's 18 of the last 21 years. So Las Cruces has had a school in the state championships, and this year's no different with the new high school, Centennial High School, is heading next week to play Artesia in a state championship game. But then we also have the largest drawing crowds in all the state of New Mexico ever. It's when the Las Cruces High School Bulldogs take on the Mayfield Trojans. That occurs the first weekend of November.
Oh, I was telling you, that's a big rivalry there.
Yeah, it's a huge rivalry. It's the two oldest high schools in the city of Las Cruces, and they end up packing the university stadium, which is about 34,000 people. And it's green and gold on one side and blue and red on the other. And we actually have a gentleman in our office who played football for Las Cruces High School. He married a woman who was a cheerleader at Mayfield, and they both had shirts that say, I was born a Bulldog, but a Trojan stole my heart, kind of thing. So
Oh.
rivalry runs deep here in Las Cruces. So it's pretty fun.
Makes me want to go watch one of those games over there. It sounds good.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. And then, Brad, our family was all Las Cruces High School, but Brad, who played football, he's a Trojan, he's Mayfield. So, you got to support your nephew.
You have to, and that's just it's just something that you have to do here in this town. You have to pick a side. You can't be non-committal here in Las Cruces. You have to pick a side, and it's really an interesting thing.
Hey,
It's
Brad.
a lot of fun, and
Didn't you win a state football championship? Right? Don't I have a poster of that when you were
yeah,
playing?
absolutely. It was way back 1995. It was the very first time a Las Cruces team had been in the state championship in about 10 to 12 years. And then prior to that, Mayfield had not won a state championship since 1971. So our team went over. We won the state championship that year, and Mayfield rattled off, I believe, 3 straight state championships. And then Cruces won 2 right after that, and then Mayfield won 4 in a row. And so it just kind of, after we won, it started the snowball effect of these teams, just the dominance that we have in New Mexico high school football.
Nice.
So it's always entertaining. And in the last few years, there's been a couple of schools from Albuquerque that have really stepped up and have stepped up their games and have won the state championship the last couple of years. And it's just a great system. What's interesting from an economic standpoint with the high school football is they actually had to pass some legislation 2 years ago in the state, because what happens was Las Cruces high schools, both high schools, booster clubs, and the Artesia high school booster clubs were all raising well over $150,000 a year to support the kids.
Wow.
So buses and all that stuff. And the team, Albuquerque, was getting very upset about that, and so they actually had to pass a state law that said any money that the booster clubs provide in support of the football team is directly reduces the state appropriations for sports to that school.
Is that right? It's all political, huh?
Yeah. So they passed that, and they didn't realize that the booster clubs had us as their CPAs, and realized that, the loophole in the law is all we have to do is not call it the Mayfield Trojan Football Booster Club. So we now have the Green and Gold Club.
Wow.
And
Hey, you know what?
Red and Blue, and we say it's just a parents organization.
Man, that's
not
Brad,
a booster club.
Brad, that's a great story. We got to wrap it up for our break. Thank you so much for calling in. You made our night, Brad.
All right, sounds good. You guys have a good one. Go to the show.
Take care now. Thanks, Mio. Good night.
Okay.
That was Brad Beasley, my nephew, football man extraordinaire.
Yeah.
And looks like we're going to wrap it up, right, Junior?
Yep.
We'll be right back with a little bit more of the sports show for the Chips and Salsa Show. Are we going up?
We're done.
We're done.
Okay,
so stay
see?
tuned for the real Chips and Salsa Show.
And next week we'll give you all the updates of the Cardinals and all the other teams, how they're doing, and it's going to be great. And we'll see you next week at the sports show.
Boom.
Sorry, guys. I didn't realize he was
Boy, he's good though.
Well, he follows sports a lot, and that's
We need to, when we get the phone really working good, we could have them call in and be part of our in group.
Yeah, because I don't know why that didn't work.
I mean, because he likes to talk, and that's somebody you would like to have.
Yeah, somebody you want to have on the air.
We're
Yeah.
lucky because he was on his way to the appointment at 6, so we just
Oh yeah.
That'd be nice to have him.
I wonder why I didn't. It worked Wednesday night. They had this hip hop show come in here, and I had everything set up, and then it worked. Well, see, I had this over here.
And my phone's used, it's not like
I don't know why it didn't work.
Mark found this. See, when my cord is short on my little TV headphones.
You need to go to Fry's Electronics. No? All right, 1 minute to the top of the hour.
If you want to open, you know, you can do that.
And you want reliable senior care information? Then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information. They have obviously researched every place, not just giving me names.
Yeah, just go through the whole intro here. Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, just do the whole first segment, and then we'll go into the second segment. I'll open up the second segment.
So if you're struggling to find
Oh my
reliable
God, that's for
information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them.
All right, 10 seconds.
Call or go online to get the free help you need during this turbulent
Are you going to look out at the good reviews from the Red Show?
Which mic do you want?
Yeah, you can do that. Unless you're not comfortable with it. That's the best mic.
Are you getting good reviews from the Red Show?
Good reviews? I haven't. You know, honestly, I don't know.
Well, put this one over there. And that way, in case Julian wants to say a few words, he can still speak on that one.
Because I want to say a few. If you ask me to say a few words. I wish I could make that louder for you.
It's time for the Saturday night edition of the Chips and Salsa Show here on Central City Radio. I'm Alice Lara. In the house with me is the Alacran.
Jorge Ortiz de la Gran.
Don Jorge, George, Georgie, George Ortiz. So many names. You know,
I go by so many aliases.
Yeah. We're every Saturday night at 6 p.m. And also at the helm, making sure we get on the air, is Mr. Jules, the owner of Central City Radio.
Hello.
Hey there. And we also have, we're watching our social media, so wonderful, is the Divine Dion. If you know what, you can't call into our show yet. We're working on that. But if you want to talk to us, go to the Chips and Salsa Facebook site and talk to Dion. She'll tell us what you know or say or whatever you like. And so diligently, always taking care of us, our associate producer, Secrets on Your
Secrets.
We're still waiting for her to tell us a secret. You know what? We should play that beat song. Listen, do you wanna know a secret?
Yeah. And if they want to go to YouTube, what's that?
And we can go ahead and tell them.
If you want to go to YouTube, just go to YouTube, type in Sonia Salsa S. That's all you got to do. Sonia Salsa S, and go to live streaming. And you'll see our show here as we sit here and give you the commentary and news.
That's right. And if you missed the show, then you can always go back and you can watch, I guess, what do you call that? A webcast? It's not a podcast, because a podcast listen only. But you can go back and check that out.
All our previous shows, all our bloopers, and our good shows, bad shows.
Making faces, doing whatever. Oh. And we have a lot to talk about tonight. And, you know, also let's just give credit so we don't forget. But David Beasley, it's all in fun again. David Beasley does our music. And our logo, if you go to chipsandsalsashow.com, that's our website, you can see our logo. You can also see it on our Facebook site. And we are in the molcajete, which if you don't know what a molcajete is, it's the first time listening to the show. It's that little bowl that you mash up and you can make the salsa in. And George is pointing to it, so you can see it on YouTube. And Monica Lara, she is my great niece. She is a great niece, but she is actually my great niece, or grand niece, as sometimes called. And she created this logo for us. You can also go to her Facebook site. We're just giving everybody kudos here. Getting a lot of housekeeping, right?
Housekeeping.
Great. Okay, did we get everything out, George? What did I forget?
Oh, let's see here.
Okay, there's something that I forgot.
No, I think you nailed it. The birthday shout-outs. Any birthdays?
There ain't many birthdays. I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving out there. I don't know of any birthdays, and if I missed anybody, you know what? There are some anniversaries real quick. In fact, my nephew Brad was on the sports show, and his parents just had their anniversary.
Oh, okay.
And also, my brother Ralph Lara and his wife Marion had an anniversary. And so Brad's parents are Patsy and Don Beasley.
I gotta say, Brad, you were very good on the phone, and we're gonna have you as a guest again.
And he did a great job.
Well, yeah, he's good with sports. I mean,
he likes to talk. You can tell him real bad. He's good. Yeah, he's really well. His passion is football. And you know, you guys don't even know what he does for a living. But tell you, he is a CPA.
CPA.
Yeah, super smart. So George, man, what do you want to talk about tonight? There are so many things. The Planned Parenthood shooting.
That guy went berserk over there.
Carson visits the Syrian refugees and he says, you know what, resettle them in Saudi Arabia. Locally, too, in the state of Arizona, we have a Democrat legislator, and he, guess what? He's a Republican now.
Yep.
I want to be a Republican. And he's Native American, right? To represent the gay, I believe, is the last name. Then also, just heard of, was it Mississippi? that there is a man who was told in a restaurant to put out his cigarette. He didn't like that, so he shot the waitress. That sounds like a bad joke.
That's kind of dumb,
Country song.
you know. 'Cause like I was telling you earlier, now he's going to spend his whole life in prison thinking about one little mistake, one losing a temper.
Well, I can't even imagine. I don't even know the details because it just happened so quickly. So
Well, there's no excuse for it. I mean, you just shoot a waitress anyway. I mean, whatever she said, whatever he felt, he was wrong. I mean, you don't. Guns aren't for that. Guns are for self-protection or for hunting, and just going and shooting people is
to me, this isn't
depriving
even a
them.
gun thing. You know, if we had a knife, you might stab her.
Exactly. It's an insane thing.
Got to be a crazy person at that time.
He needs to be locked up, and that's what he's going to be doing now.
And one of the things, George, we started talking about yesterday, remember, is we had our guest from East Valley Krav Maga, and they were talking about responding. So you respond, first is you run, if you can, get the heck out of there. Second, you can't leave that when you hide. And if you can't hide, well then you hunt.
Right. But never freeze up. You can't freeze up. If you freeze up, you've lost the battle. I mean, you lost your life probably because you can't freeze up. You got to do something.
Now, George, you work security, and I don't know how much you can talk about this, but you're probably especially trained.
Hey,
Have you ever been in something that you're a little tense and you thought, I'm going to have to do something here?
it's happened a few times, and you just kind of diffuse. We're taught to diffuse the situation and to try to talk them down because behind us is Leos, the law enforcement officers,
They carry weapons.
and undercover, and the undercover and them, they both carry weapons, and they're there instantly. And then our supervisors, we have what they call a patrol squad. There's two selected security that are like us, but they're ex-military and stuff, and they walk around helping.
I can imagine, George, with your calm voice, I bet you're very good at having playing that role of diffusing the situation. And if you're okay with it, when we come back, so we got a little break now.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk some more to you about that.
Okay.
Great. So hang tight there because we got a great show coming up. We really do. For more of the Chips and Salsa Show here on Central City Radio, Saturday night edition. Back with
Saturday
us
night.
and George.
Like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service.
You're in an echo?
You'll get free information on assisted
What,
living,
just now?
Alzheimer's
During
care,
all-
nursing homes,
all the time
even
you talk.
important financial information. They had obviously researched
Are your
every
headphones up
place,
loud?
not just giving me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent. We're now very
I didn't hear
confident
it
she's
yet,
safe,
though.
and they just helped every step of the way. And I can't thank
Sounds
them
a
enough.
little.
So if you're struggling to find reliable
It's like something in the back.
I know the air came on.
It's like
But you talking about within the here, you hearing.
like the voice, like as you're talking, but you hear yourself, the echo of yourself.
Oh. What you're hearing is this. You're hearing yourself going out, except it's not the delay.
Oh,
It's actually, yeah, that's what you're hearing. You're hearing, and so basically you're hearing the broadcast so you can hear the music come out. That's what that is. And right now I'm struggling trying to figure out how you can hear this louder.
And then we're talking to Brad, and of course Myron calls in.
Oh, is that what him?
He's like,
Man.
why are you calling me?
who, Myron? Maybe he thinks he could talk on the radio.
Then you want to talk on the radio.
You probably heard this. I'll talk.
Right.
You have to get kudos too. Hang on for a minute. Checks next week. Did you put some chili or something in here?
Worcestershire.
Oh,
Oh, Worcestershire sauce.
oh.
All right, 1 minute.
Do you need your earphones? Or you
No, I didn't bring mine.
Oh, I got one.
How does sound, Julian?
Oh yeah, it sounds great. I just want the headphones to come in louder so you can hear the music.
Yeah, because I can barely hear it back then. I hear it, but
Yeah.
So if I put it in here, you're going to hear that weird sound where you can't really tell. So I'm like, now I'm like, it's either you can't hear it at all, or you're going to hear it sound distorted. I can't wait to upgrade this stuff, man. All right, 10 seconds.
George. Are we back now, Jordan? Okay. Maybe we are, maybe we're not.
there's no red light. Welcome.
Just go and talk.
Welcome back to the Chips and Salsa Show, and this is Jorge, and right next to me is Alicia.
Alice Live. I'm here with George, the look at on. He's taking some water, he's getting ready for the big show because he's going to be the star of this segment. I have appointed you star of
Czar of
security.
security.
Or should we make you czar of security?
Czar.
Joy is working on some technical issues, so if there's a little problem in audio, we apologize, but
Do I need a scepter?
Scepter.
Scepter. All the czars have scepters.
I thought you carry one all the time.
I thought I had one there.
Okay, what I'm anxious to ask you about, so you do security and you do law, sports, right, basically, it's what you do. And you probably have to have some very special, you do not carry, what kind of, do you carry a weapon at all? Can you divulge that?
Yeah, my hands are lethal weapons.
Are they registered? With the chips and salsa?
They're registered
Registration?
within the chips and salsa registration.
Salsa registry?
Yeah, they're lethal weapons. Can't get within a foot of me, or else you're toast.
I know I can't because you're always dipping salsa. You have to be careful with that. So you don't carry any kind of.
No weapons. Normally, our type of security is to watch as the guests come in, and to greet the guests, make them feel like they're in a very pleasant atmosphere. Even though they're going through security, they have to go through the metal check, and we're looking for everything, and we're trying to spot anything, but we're trying to be diplomats. The same thing you see in Disneyland when you see the security in Disneyland. Your first tier of security is greeting. They greet
So
you.
it's kind of like a really very sophisticated Walmart meter.
Yeah. Welcome
But
to
you
Walmart.
are. You want to make them feel
Yeah.
comfortable.
And we always smile. And if they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing, we ask them in a very pleasant way. You can't do that here. Could you put it away? Or you can't have that. You can't bring that drink in. You have to take it back to your car or finish it. Or you can't carry that knife in. Could you take it back to your car?
What's the most serious thing you'd have to tell somebody? Hey, that can't.
A knife, a gun.
They actually want to bring a gun in.
Yeah, because this is a right to carry state, and people that don't know think it's okay. They find out really quick.
And so
Unless
do they just
they're-
leave, or do
They go back to their car. They take it back to their car. Or if they're a law enforcement officer that's licensed to carry a weapon, they're allowed to have them with them in the stadium, but they have to speak first to a law enforcement officer, give them their name, their seat, their role, and all that. And
I
because-
forget about that though, because I like the fact that there might be
Yeah.
somebody in this.
well, here in Arizona, it's a state law that police officers could carry a concealed weapon, and you can't deny them entrance into a game, but they have to let security know, law enforcement officers know, and show them their credentials. And after that, they're okay because they're law enforcement officers.
Well, you've been doing this for how many years?
About 4 years now,
Have you been doing it?
almost a little over 4 years now, and I usually I'm upstairs with checking credentials and stuff, but
So
when
tell
I'm
me about the
assigned-
most exciting thing that happened. If you can talk about it, that you had to really look at your skills and oh gosh, this could be something serious.
that's
Got your adrenaline going
not that much.
in all of 4 years. You haven't had to react.
Just people like maybe with a gun or something with them. those spotted. And that puts you on alert, but they turn out to be law enforcement officers most of the time. Yeah.
So you feel pretty secure about it.
Now the women can't have purses. They have to have see-through purses. We've caught women with guns in their purses
Oh,
before.
that's new, isn't it?
And now with the see-through bags, the women don't even bother carrying a weapon because you can see it right through the bag.
I saw that. I thought, I'd have to. There's all kind of stuff that we have in our purses.
I've seen a lot of stuff in purses.
I don't know. I'd probably just whittle it down to a wallet.
When they could carry purses in, they'd have like 15 zippers in those purses, and I'd make them open each because they have to open each zipper, and you have a little stick, and you kind of pry it with a stick. The things you see in those purses, it's like you don't want these.
Now, also in some self-defense here, and I got two of my chicks here, my fellow salsa chicks, Sonia and Dion. What are the guys that say, can you put this in your purse, please? Can you put these in your purse, please?
Well, now it's a see-through bag, so you can't. They can't see.
They're not carrying very much anymore. Joy's just back there. Yeah, he's really thinking about that too.
I want to know what's in those purses that you've seen.
Oh.
Yeah. What's the best thing you've ever seen? One of those purses?
There's been a lot of stuff.
He's turning red.
There's a lot of stuff.
Can a Latino turn red, or kind of turn color?
And the women, they just look at you because they know what you're looking at. And it's like, okay. But if it's prohibited, they can't bring it in. But if it's something that is not on the list of prohibited items, okay.
That might be kind of fun. Just say, okay, will they take this away from me? Well, that's my sister's.
Well, George will have the list in the Chips and Salsa After Dark edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm curious now, George.
Yeah.
So you think you're going to keep doing security? Because that's sometimes those
It's
gentlemen when he's not here.
It's fun. It's fun. I like doing it. I like the interaction with people, watching the football games for free. While some people pay $300 for the same place where I'm standing, they're standing and sitting, and they've already paid $300, like the Super Bowl. They paid over thousands of dollars, and I was able to stand in the same place they were standing and for free. And then they paid me to do it. So.
Did you have to do any physical rigorous training, like can you be able to run a mile? Is that required?
No.
Just have to be able to walk.
Stand and walk.
There isn't anybody like with a cane or something doing security.
Yep.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, there's a lot of handicapped people they hire. They're security.
But they're kind of the front end.
Yeah, they work the elevators, or they just work in one certain position all the time, that they're able to stand with their little walker or something.
So the hardcore security, and again, I'm asking these questions, and you may not be able to tell me. They are probably very physically fit and carry weapons, and the ultimate case.
Yeah, we have what they call courtesy squads. That's the name I was trying to think of. And they just walk around and they diffuse situations that we start to diffuse it, and we just step back as soon as they get there. The courtesy squads, they're called. They're just like us, but they're much bigger. Ex-military.
I like how you do that. If you're watching you do that again, they're much bigger.
And they're military, ex-military, and they try to diffuse them also. They don't use their big strength and everything. Their strength is more of a.
They're professionals.
Their strength is more of a diffuser in itself. You look at this big guy, and it's like he tries to talk you down, but behind him is a supervisor, and then the law enforcement officers. That when it gets to that, you're going to be escorted out. So most of the people they agree to, because you give them warning notices. There's a little warning card. You give them one warning card with their seat number, and it's just to let them know that they're doing something they're not supposed to do. I mean, you can't really can't talk about. But anyway.
Yeah, well, I have to think that most of these, I'll call them perps, I'll call perps that are offenders, are usually men. But I'm sure
there's
probably women too.
Well, I've
right?
seen women taken out. But it's just it's fun. I like it.
So you're still enjoying that, and kind of keep.
For a little while I can do it.
What would you tell somebody, just a regular fan who's going to go in there and say, it's the best way to enjoy your experience?
Is to enjoy it. Enjoy all the fun that you're going to have in there, and it's a lot of people have fun in it. Just don't drink too much. I mean, you could drink to excess, and that's what happens. That's when the trouble starts. That's when people drink to excess. They'll tailgate outside. Come in already plastered, and plaster up some more, and then they just act silly.
I wonder when they're going to start having to give you sobriety test before you.
I don't think that'll ever happen, but they'll kind of be more stringent on allowing you to come in, because we watch them now. You can't stagger in there, but if you come in and you can hide it pretty good. It's you're allowed to come in, but once you start showing too much inebriation, I guess I call it, then you become a nuisance, and you're bothering people in front of you that pay, or behind you, that pay the same amount of money you did, but they may have paid a little more or something, and they can't see it because you're standing up acting a fool. So we tell them, you have to sit down.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
And then we give them a warning notice, and if they still don't, we have to approach them a second time. We call them down this aisle, and then that's when we try to diffuse it. And then if still doesn't work, then see them escorted out by law enforcement officer.
Well, George, I really appreciate you letting me grill you like this, and I think it's been interesting to our audience too to talk about security.
Yeah, we have a good game coming up Sunday. Oh no, not this Sunday. On the 27th.
Nice.
Yeah, a good game.
All righty, well, we're going to go to our next break here. We're going to wrap it up. But please stay tuned because there's lots to talk about here on the Chips and Salsa Show Saturday Night Edition. Alice Slider here.
Oh,
Thank you, Chris.
Leave your best friend in a cage in some kennel? Turn to Rover. Rover is your one-stop shop for loving, trustworthy dog sitters near you. It's a free online service that can
bring it in.
a
What do you want to talk
nationwide
about,
network of
George?
dog lovers for hire. Just go to comeonover.rover.com. In seconds, you'll be
This,
browsing dog
sounded
sitters
good on the
in your
air.
neighborhood. By travel dates or zip codes.
Sounds great.
Reviews, see photos,
Yeah,
and find
segment 3, right? Let's talk about
Rover
Why
makes
don't
the
you
whole
sing
process
600?
fast and easy.
Let's talk about that.
Barnes listening.
Knowing your dog will be treated like family. Plus, every stay is covered by premium insurance and 24/7 support. Now that's peace of mind. Go to comeonover.rover.com right now and get your dog's first night free. That's a $25 value. So join hundreds of thousands of dog lovers who rely on Rover. It's fast, it's easy, and your first night is free. Go to comeonover.rover.com.
One of the guys he shot was a decorated police officer.
I'll be right back.
And find a health insurance plan that's affordable and maximizes your benefits. And you're now required by law to have health insurance or you may pay a tax penalty. So let the Health Markets Insurance Agency help you. They offer plans from over 120 different companies and can even help you obtain government subsidies. Let them do all the research for you and show you how affordable health insurance can be. A service that's at no extra
You know what
cost
else?
to
Did
you.
you see
Call
this?
now and learn your options to find affordable health insurance.
This kid's 13.
800-398-0651.
Alright,
Felons are breaking into his house. He shot him.
800-398-0651.
Found his mom's gun. He was there alone. And he shot him. And they returned fire. He shot him, and the two guys shot back at the kid.
Health Markets Insurance Agency is a DBA
He held his own, huh?
which is a licensed insurance agency in all 50 states and
You
DC.
bring it
Not
back.
all
Get
insurance
started.
products, service availability varies by state. What
And
are
I'll
you
take
going
your
to do
lead.
with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you can donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-639-8620. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter
Guess
if
what?
your
I
vehicle
think I
runs
have
or
more
not.
Facebook
It'll be
friends
towed
than
away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the
I
Blind
think
is a
I did.
It's a war
We can
now.
talk about that on there.
fuller lives. Call right now
And then
to
we can
donate your
beg
car.
for
And
Facebook
as a
friends.
special thank you for
There's a
calling,
war
you'll
going
receive
on.
a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations.
I have.
Call Heritage for the Blind right now. Call 1-800-639-8620.
3360.
Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-639-8620. That's 1-800-639-8620.
Uh-oh, my bad.
Welcome back to the Chips and Salsa Show. This is Jorge, and next to me is Alice with your Chips and Salsa with the amigos in Salsa here.
Getting my guac on, Jorge.
And the freeway signs have your guac on. So something about peas and guac on the freeway.
Yeah, for those of you who are listening out of Arizona, they've started this new campaign and they've got the freeway signs and they're trying to prevent drunk driving. So just like things don't mix when you drink and drive, peas and guac. And we were joking on our last night's edition. They're advertising our show.
I think of Alice. I look up there. I go peas and guac. I wonder what that must taste like. But
Doesn't sound good to me. Peas and guac.
we had something in the news about Planned Parenthood. Some guy shot up Planned Parenthood and killed a decorated officer and killed a couple other people.
Very sad. Colorado Springs, it happened. This was yesterday. And the gentleman that I saw, did you see his face? He's 56 years old. And I don't even like to give him too much celebrity, because I'm thinking, who knows what his mental motivation was.
He looked like a wacko.
And so I think a couple of people were killed.
4 people killed, including the officer.
4 people were killed.
Yeah, 3 other people, including the officer that he killed. And then he actually shot, I think it was 4 other officers got shot. He was shooting through the wall and stuff, and that's how he shot some of the officers, because when he was shooting through the wall, I guess they were on the other side of the wall.
Now, of course, what I think about this is it's an opportunity for the left to say, oh, these crazy people, we got to go after Planned Parenthood, and it's because they're anti-abortion. And
well, I think
in all cases is a crazy person doing stuff he shouldn't be doing.
And I think until we find out all the details, why he did it, what reasons he had, that nobody really should say it's any group or anything until they find out, because he's in custody and he'll go before a judge and he'll have to explain himself.
He does look pretty wild-eyed. Did you ever see the photo of him, Jim?
I haven't seen it.
Dion has one back there. She's probably going to post it. I mean, that's one thing. If you go to our Facebook site, you can find what we're talking about. Divine Dion is so good about that. And if you haven't on our Facebook site, it's Chips, the letter N, Salsa Show. Please like us. We're almost at 1,000 likes. We'll have to do that. But this guy looked really wild-eyed, crazy, man. And usually it's like, oh, it's a calm person. There was nothing wrong. It's just a calm, unassuming person. I don't know about this dude. What do you say?
I think that he probably went wacko. People lose it. Sometimes maybe they didn't take enough of their medication or something. And then you got to find out why he had firearms. I think one of the things they started saying right away was that he shouldn't have been able to buy an assault weapon. That's what he had. But then that just goes, one guy goes wacko and the other way want to take our guns away.
Well, the thing is we sound like broken records, but the people that are going to be doing things like this, they are not going to be law-abiding citizens. They will find a gun, a bomb, whatever they want to do, the evil thing that they want to do. So you can make all the gun laws in the world.
Yeah, so we'll find out more probably by tomorrow about this guy, and find out where his brain is at.
Well, and talking about kind of along those same lines, and we were talking earlier with you about security and self-defense. I saw this article, and I can't remember, I put it on the Chicken Salsa Facebook site, but I did share it on my own Chicken stuff. And there was a 13-year-old. What are we laughing about? We got those Chips and Salsa sound effects. Actually, no, let's take time because we have to acknowledge the divine being right now. What is it called? Special Chex Mix?
She makes Chex Mix for Thanksgiving.
Chex Mix.
Chex.
Okay, what do you think about your Chex?
Chex Mix.
Mix it up with the Chex.
Chex
The
Mix.
Chex.
Chex Mix.
You have to come over here and have her tell us special things. It's really good. We're all trying some.
What's that called? Chex Mix?
Chex.
Anyway, it's Chex Mix.
You're on
And
that somewhere.
there you go.
Mm.
And she makes it for Thanksgiving, and so I'll be eating them during the football game on Sunday. And she makes it for also for Christmas and New Year's and for the Super Bowl. So those are the three special occasions.
So this is our official chips and salsa show. Chex Mix.
Chex Mix.
And the chicks are eating.
And they're getting better over the years.
Chicks eating checks.
We've been
Chicks
together for
eating
21 years, and it's gotten better every year.
More than years, and she's still hanging around.
Yeah.
So let's start talking about this. This is a 13-year-old kid, homeschooled. Did you hear about this, Jeff?
No.
He's 13 years old. He was homeschooled, and two felons were trying to break into his home. So he got his mom's gun and to defend himself. And I can read the whole story, but evidently it says in a heated shootout, he shot Brown. Okay, so Ladson, the boy's name is Ladson. 13 years Ladson boy. So in the shootout, he shot Brown 3 times and straight into the hospital. And he ended up killing one of the felons. These guys, they returned fire. It's like the kid shot him and then he came back and shot again. And what's amazing about the story, I believe it was his mom's gun. I think I read that he had not ever even shot a gun before. So the suspects tried to make their way into the house. The boy opened fire, but the suspects reacted by returning fire before fleeing from the scene. The boy chased the suspects out of the home, continued to fire as he fled in the vehicle. The boy was uninjured, so he called his mother, and the mother called the police. Anyway, what I like about this story, because here's a 13-year-old boy, and he had the presence of mind, and he wasn't just going to stay there and take it, and he was able to defend himself from his own home. And so this is to me a good story. I felt good about that.
I don't know. Sounds like child abuse to me. You know, leave a gun home alone with a small boy. That sounds like child abuse.
Yeah, maybe he can sue his mother for having the gun there.
Or somebody sue his mother for, something. Just this is kind of common sense stuff that, used to happen all the time. Children knew how to handle guns. They weren't afraid of guns. They didn't have to point their finger or make a Pop-Tart look like a gun and get in trouble. These are the kind of things that happen all the time. And it was, we were based off of this, and now you can't even say the word gun. You can't even. I'm surprised that any kind of ramifications come from this in that situation. The mother and all of that.
Well, this is, I think, South Carolina, so it's pretty conservative, so you probably won't see it. And you have young kids, and I know in my own house, there was a rifle. But I would never go near that, or unless I had to, for some reason. And I'm sure have you trained your kids that way, Jordan?
I haven't trained them. If they will get training, they will know how to handle it. So in any case, especially when they're older and on their own, they don't know what to do. I wouldn't just expect if they have never seen a gun or touched a gun, I'm messing with it. Obviously, but if you're trained on it,
You will teach respect for the gun.
Respect for the gun, exactly. Someone breaks in, someone is attempting to harm you or take your life, or someone in the house. Swiss cheese them up, like they say in hip hop.
And it says here, she says, the boy's mother is thankful for son's sake. So I know that agreement that would have been part of our database. She kept the gun in the home for personal protection, but she never told her son how to use it. So I'm just glad he's okay.
You must have learned from one of the video games.
Somebody taught him.
Dude.
What about you, George? Do you taught your kids?
We never had guns in the house, but
Did you teach George how to use it?
no, the military did.
The military. So he didn't know how to use a gun when he was young.
No, but he knows how to use one now. He's got his own. He carries his own. And he loves in the Army the M16. There's a gun that he's assigned. But
So is he going to teach you how? Or you already know how to use it?
yeah, he took me to the range one day. I may have fooled myself.
I mean,
The way I was,
he's a soldier. Come on.
well, the way I was holding the gun, I held it with my thumb in the way, so when it cocked back, it kept hitting my thumb, and it was like getting redder and redder, and everybody's laughing. You know, and I didn't know that I was just holding it wrong.
Oh, but it's because, like you said, your hands are licensed.
Yeah, I'm used to the karate stuff now.
You didn't know. You didn't know how to do that. I just thought that was a really good story when the kids 13. You don't hear enough of those stories. And in fact, the interesting thing about this story, this happened, I want to say it was, this is November 27th when the story was written. But I believe the actual story happened a couple of weeks ago, and I apologize for not being able to bring that up right away. But we don't hear enough of these stories. And these things happen. And sometimes you don't hear them because somebody shows a gun, and guess what? The perp goes away, right? Bye-bye.
I got it first.
Yeah.
So didn't Herman Cain take a little trip here?
I think you mean Carson. Dr.
Oh, yeah.
Carson. Herman Cain was the last election.
Whoop. That's the blooper,
Oh,
folks.
you know what? With Julie in here, man, we can make some good jokes, couldn't we?
That's the blooper.
I don't even know where to start with that, George.
Well, I listen to Herman Cain a lot on the radio, and
I like that.
when I'm driving and stuff. And Ben Carson and Herman Cain was just like, I like to. It's easy to get them mixed up because they both kind of talk.
They do have a very calming tone.
But Herman Cain is more straightforward. I mean, he talks more. Dr. Carlson talks more softly. Herman Cain talks a little bit more direct and to the point.
Well, and
Because I guess
he is a tough to too. So I like the way he talks in a little bit of the southern.
it's not about him being black. Okay, they you know.
You're trying to just make excuses.
No.
But Herman Cain is a good man. But Dr. Carlson took a trip.
Carson.
Oh.
We're gonna just.
I'm reading it. I'm going to read his book. I just bought his book. I don't know his title, but I just got it. And I'm reading. The one I'm reading now is on Donald Trump. So I gave a dissertation. Yeah.
Have you seen the movie yet?
Which
The
one?
Dr. Ben Carson movie?
No.
I didn't know it was a movie.
Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
See, here's what's so interesting to me. And it was very highly praised. And a lot of people that are even big fans of his, they've never seen the movie. It's called, it's about him. He's a neurosurgeon, and he was the first one to separate conjoined twins in the brain. And usually one of the twins dies. Both of them survive. So that's amazing. But Dr. Carson, we're going to talk about that when we come back.
Okay.
Dr. Carson went to check out the witnesses, and he came away convinced that, you know what? I think they need to resettle in Saudi Arabia.
Yes, of course. Of course.
But he went over there, so no other candidate's done that.
They got a lot of land over there. All they got to do is resettle over there and just have us do a no-fly zone and have the countries, take care of those people until this mess is all over.
I think is he the first candidate that's ever gone over there to actually check it out? I don't know.
I'm not sure of that, but
Well, we'll talk some more about
It's a
that
good
when we
idea.
get back. Still lots to talk about. The show is going fast. That means hopefully it's been an interesting show for our listeners out there. And we'll be right back. It's Alice Lava and
the Chips and Salsa show.
one of the Chips and Salsa show here on Central City Radio.
You can bring in the fourth one too.
So this is, let's see.
Man, I went way over.
We still have 2 more segments. I'm not the last one.
Man, that sounds good though.
I think we're keeping it rolling.
And see if you can pay.
We gotta get back on military
Freeze your
man.
bank accounts. You can garnish your wages.
You guys have anybody you'd like to bring in?
For immediate help. Our expert team of tax
I think
I don't know anybody I'm talking
tax problem and deal with the IRS.
just, since coming back from Mexico and Dallas, I'm still
Still, plus holidays, Thanksgiving time. really throws things off. This next segment will be really short.
And this is segment 4, right?
Yep.
That's 866-657-8521. What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it. You could junk it. Or you can
You know,
donate it
speaking
to
of that,
Heritage
Joanne,
for the
we
Fund.
have a
Your car will be
Christmas
towed away for
holiday.
free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call
What did we do last year for Christmas?
1-800-639-8622.
Did we do a rerun?
Heritage for the Fund
Remember?
accepts cars.
I think there was a best of or something.
It doesn't matter if your vehicle
I still got y'all's Christmas shout out. Remember last year?
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna see if there was any Thanksgiving ones, but there was a promo, but I'm pretty sure Ben was on it, so
Maybe you could come in and forward to
probably could. But these ones that you did last year were all individual. So it was just you and George did one, Mark did one.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe we should record them. And we should do stuff like, we're really happy to start our second year here with Central City Radio. And special thanks to Mr. Jules. When do we do that? When are you usually do Tuesday stuff?
Usually in the evening every day. In the evening.
You come after 6, after 5. Or is it for 2 hours?
Yep. This coming week's going to be crazy. So I may not be as available. You go calling again and you're calling at the wrong time. You got 30 seconds. He might be downstairs. I bet he's downstairs. Him downstairs. Alright, 10 seconds. Should be able to hear this. I hope. Turn it up.
Welcome back to the Chips and Salsa Show.
Are we back, George?
Yes.
If
We're
you're
back.
watching on YouTube, really, that's the show, don't you think? That's the
Yes.
show.
I was asleep. Welcome back to the Chips and Salsa Show with Jorge and Alice, and we're talking about Ben Carson going to Saudi Arabia. Take it away.
Yeah. Well, what can you just do? Anyway, go ahead. I woke up for 1 minute and I said what I was saying, and take it away, Austin.
Take it away, Alice.
You did get Ben Carson right, though, so kudos to you. Woo! You must have got some good sleep last night. Our audience doesn't know this about George, but George is one of the hardest working men in Arizona. He really is. I'm looking at his wife over there, and his wife is too. His wife is very hard too. George has a regular job during the week that he does. It's his own business. And then he does security. And then on top of that, he promotes Chips and Salsa and also is a co-host in Chips and Salsa. And then what you don't know about him too, he's very politically active. He is the chairman. He's not just the regular precinct committeeman. He is the chairman of LD, and I'm going to get it wrong, 19?
LD 19.
Oh, I got it right. I'm so excited. Which is a thankless job.
It's Phoenix, Tullison, Avondale, and a little bit of Goodyear. And we represent all those areas there with PC committeemen that represent each of their precincts, and I'm chairman.
And on top of that, he's got a beautiful family, grandkid, and is here. I mean, basically, you are here every Saturday night, and then you do the Friday night editions and all that stuff. So, well, I just want to give you, it's Thanksgiving. I want to give you some extra Thanksgiving. Way to go.
It's a job. Somebody's got to do it.
That's a lot of jobs.
If I wasn't having fun doing it, I wouldn't be doing it. And I have fun being LD chairman, and I have fun representing the people in the district and going out and getting out the vote. And we're gearing up for the 2016 election, so we have a lot of business to do starting in January. And that's the political side of it. And I attend meetings for the GOP representing LD19. So I go back to my constituents, so my PCs, and I let them know what's going on. And the PCs are the ones that kind of
That stands for precinct committee.
yeah, the precinct committeemen are the ones that actually let the public know what's going on. So it's your government at work. The it's the it's the it's your it's what makes the GOP work. You have the GOP, which is the Republican Party. Then you have the Democratic Party. They have their committeemen. They have their chairman, and they disseminate to their people how they want people to look at the political issues,
Well,
and that's what
and
we do.
basically
And
we're
you're a
okay.
state committee. She's a state committee man. She does a lot of work too. She's
We are politically active. And so I
Yeah.
guess, we just have a couple minutes here. I kind of shifted the conversation, but Dr. Ben Carson, he goes to Saudi Arabia, meets with, he goes to meet with the refugees, and he says, guess what? Let's resettle them in Saudi Arabia. That'll work better. I have to think
but
that's
anybody
a
could have said
good
that.
idea.
But
But nobody is saying that, George, and nobody did
Well,
go over there. And
Trump says that they
I'm-
should go back and they should be taken care of by their countries over there. It's the same thing, but in a different way.
Did
That's
he
why
say Saudi Arabia? Did he mention one?
what, he said all of them. He said all of them. Saudi Arabia, um, Syria. That there should be a safe zone in Syria for the refugees, and in Turkey, and in Iraq. I mean, all those countries should step up, and that's all Trump is saying. Ben Carson is also saying the same thing, but he actually went over there and
That's
visited.
what I'm saying. The difference is he actually went over there, and he is, as far as I know, the candidates will be the only one to say, I actually spoke and saw these refugees. Spoke to them and saw them."
Trump has people that do that for him.
Well, you're probably right.
He does it.
Have they already
He
come out and-
delegates.
Have they already
He
come out and
delegates.
talked about that?
He delegates.
And it's
We're going to
funny.
have a nice little battle here next
No.
week on the candidates.
No, and
This is your
I'm
this
not.
is your view for next
I
week.
still haven't chosen a candidate. Are you still with Bush? Is that still your guy?
I'm just jumping from one to the other, but I think right now it's Bush.
I'm going to decide in December to go for one or no.
I'm just hopping from one to the other. I'm just like just a guy in the car, just hopping from one.
You're loose.
Um,
You're loose.
I wanted to mention this
about 30
this
seconds.
this weekend is Monday is Cyber Monday. What are you gonna do for Cyber Monday? Tweet it to us on our Facebook. Let us know what you guys are gonna do for Cyber Monday. 79% of the shoppers are gonna be shopping on Monday. The stores are prepared. There's gonna be all kinds of bargains.
Keep doing that, but we
And
got to
you
wrap
wanna-
it up. And come
You
back
want
for
to
another
buy something?
segment,
Buy it on Cyber Monday
and we can
on the
talk about-
computer.
And we can talk about that in the next segment. Keep listening to the Chips and Salsa show. We'll be right back.
Oh, we have one more segment.
I
I
figured
thought
you
was
didn't know
done.
that.
I thought we were done.
I figured you didn't know that. That's like, dude.
I was like, I wanted to get everything I could.
Sorry,
Don't worry about it. We have another segment.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, folks. We'll do it all over again. Oh man. I thought we were.
I know
thought we
that's
were closing up,
when you
but-
start doing that stuff. I bet he thinks we're wrapping it up.
Okay, I got a lot of stuff to wrap up.
Funny. Okay, well, let's play wrap up in this last segment. Let's do that.
No, but see, we should do that next week. Get into a political back and forth on different candidates. Like you could favor one or two. I'll give you. You can take Farina, and I'll give you Rubio. You can take Rubio.
I
I'll
haven't
take.
decided on anybody yet.
No, this is just for arguments or purposes only. Purposes only. You can take three candidates. I'll take three candidates, and I'll defend them, and we'll just like defend one another. It's a good argument. 'Cause I could argue for Trump. He's a businessman.
And that was good.
And I could argue for
And then in the end, you made my point because, yeah, they can say
LD.
that. but he went over
LD20
there.
just blasted out.
You know why we need? This is the reason why I'm voting for Cruz for a lot of reasons, but I think the president of the United States in 2017, we're going to need somebody because there's going to be some kind of major attack on our country.
Oh yeah.
We need somebody in there that's strong, kind of on the Bush tip after 9/11. I felt like he was strong at that point. We need somebody solid and strong for when this next attack comes. I think Cruz is probably the guy. We need somebody who's really Christian based, who's got strong, solid base, even keel. Yet still has a little fire
Knows the Constitution.
and knows the Constitution.
And
Believes
in
it
the Constitution.
strongly.
So maybe we should talk about this on the air a little bit, bring back and you could say that about Cruz, because then what I would counter it is, and I'm a big Cruz fan. I just haven't specifically decided my person. Somebody could say, well, Trump's really strong. He's out there saying stuff too. Why is it Cruz over Trump? That's what I would ask. If you don't want to tell me, you can talk about it.
Oh yeah, I already got the answer. 15 seconds.
I'm gonna bring it back.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
My homework here was
Alright, 5 seconds, stand by.
And I love Chips and Salsa. Can I listen to? Absolutely. This is Alice Lotta. We're here with the Chips and Salsa show with.
I can verify that is Alice Lotta.
You can verify?
Yeah.
And I can verify that is
Okay.
Jorge Ortiz, Georgie Alacran, whatever you want to call him tonight. It's good. Defender of Trump, whatever. But let's. We decided we're going to come back and we're talk for a few minutes about the presidential candidates because during the break we had Mr. Julian Allison. Wait a minute, let me do a quick commercial for you.
Sure.
Julian Allison, Central City Radio owner. If you want to do something like we do, it's so much fun. It's affordable. Call Julian, give the number.
Yes, you can call me, and I have to always look at my own number. I don't know why.
It's just so fun.
480-776-5760, doing a holiday special.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We're going to take care of you, and we're going on. We've been here now a year, and we're so happy to be here in our second year. We're talking about the presidential candidates. And Dr. Ben Carson went to visit with the refugees and said, hey, you know what? They need to be in Saudi Arabia. We settled them there. And then George is making an argument that Trump believes the same thing, but I was saying, well, but he didn't actually go down and talk to the refugees. Then Julian, tell us about Mr. Cruz.
I think Mr. Cruz is our guy because when the next major terrorist attack attacks our country happens on our soil, we need a strong spiritual person. We need a strong constitutional person. We need a person that's not going to back down from establishment GOP and, of course, the Democratic left. We don't need any progressive tendencies at any point, such as what Trump has, Jeb Bush and them. We need somebody totally strong, grounded in the Constitution and in their faith, because when this next attack happens, our country is so divided at this point, so polarized, that there's no way it can go. It'll go either way. For instance, if Trump is in there, Trump has some weaknesses, and his weaknesses will be exploited to our detriment. Yeah, he's got some serious strengths when it comes to economics.
But his weaknesses, don't you think his weaknesses can be offset by the people he puts into office and the people he puts in to run certain things? Like he says that when he went to, I think it was Dubai or something, to build a golf course, he didn't know nothing about it. But then when what he did, he hired the best people there were, and he learned real quick. And they build it, but he's supervised them. And so he had the best builders, the best people. He paid good money for these people, and this is just an example. So,
but if he's hiring the best progressives, then we have an issue.
And the difference too, as you said, George, is he paid. He's not able to pay people to do stuff and help the president, and he can ask them to do things. But this is one thing about Trump, and I still, like I've told you, full disclosure, I have not picked anyone yet. But sometimes when I see him talking, it just seems that he is going. If he is the president, he's not going to be the boss and say, "You will do this." Of course, Obama's doing that.
Yeah, the president delegates.
Yeah.
If you're a good president, you'll delegate.
No, but I'm talking about making deals with everybody. He's a boss now, and you're fired.
Right, and he's made deals. Trump's made deals with everybody around the world, and he knows The Art of the Deal.
He may know the art of the deal.
That's a good way to get his book, people.
But I like your argument, Bill, about the progressive tendencies.
It's the progressive tendencies.
I am a fan of Cruz also. I've got my little top tier, and he's among them.
Yeah, I've pretty much narrowed mine down to just Cruz at this point because, like I said, when the next attack happens, somebody has to be in that White House that is strong who will actually do a State of the Union, not a State of the Union, but address the United States, address the American people from the unify and actually do it from the Oval Office, which we haven't seen in 8 years.
So George, you think that Trump would be stronger, and Julian, you think that Cruz would be
And I
stronger
think
in that respect about
I've
responding
met-
to a national emergency.
I
Is
met
that your opinion?
when I met George. I mean not George, but I met Jeb
Who
Bush,
did you meet?
and his vision for this country, you could see it when he was talking.
Do you think he'd be strong enough to respond in the case we're talking about?
Jeb Bush.
Not even close. He won't come nowhere near his brother. No, not even close.
I think you've never heard him speak either.
Oh, I've heard him speak. He
never-
doesn't really want the job.
You've never heard him speak in a private kind of.
I've heard him do speeches, but I mean, if he can't do the private fire and put
But
it
he
out
should-
there for the American
that's
people
what
to do,
He
Well,
should.
remember what happened to it is kind of biting him in the butt because he said, "Well, I don't need this job."
He needs to show his vision to the people, like he showed it. The meeting I was at.
yeah, because if he can't do it for the masses like he did it then, obviously
Yeah,
he's
'cause
not
he
the
hasn't
guy.
done that.
I am not
He's not the guy.
a Jeb Bush fan, but so would you say Jeb Bush over Trump?
No, right now I think. Geez, I'm putting him in the spot.
Well, I am putting in a spot because Trump and Bush are not in here.
Well,
If I had to vote today, this very second, I would vote most likely for Cruz.
Yep.
It sounds like you
I
would
don't.
too.
I don't.
Ted Cruz all the way, all
But,
the way.
It's still November. It's like a couple more days.
Yeah, because I'm worried about Trump because he might be tough. I like the toughness. Don't get me wrong. I love the toughness. I love the in your face. But now I'm worried about where's his constitutionality
He believes in
and
the
where's his
Constitution,
spirituality.
And
He has lots of Bibles.
He hides them in his hair. Oh, that was a bad joke.
Ooh.
We are down to our last 30 seconds or so, aren't we?
Yeah, about 30 seconds.
Thanks so much for joining in with us this evening. Next week we're hoping to have Luke's here. Maybe Augie will be back.
And we'll have a nice conversation about politics.
It's always fun. Please listen to our Friday night edition on KFMX 1100 AM, and that's at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
And that's when Martin Gonzalez, myself, Alice Lotta, and George Ortiz are on that.
And we give you the news.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up, and stay
man.
tuned for Revving Up with the Reverend Myron Jackson. Y'all have a very nice week. Thank you for listening to the Chips and Salsa Show.
Yep.
Diploma. Well, here
Did I
is
make it?
the pep talk.